Right, so hello and welcome back to Books and Things, and welcome to another video. So it is Wednesday morning on the 1st of April. I thought I would try and vlog some of the TBR Clear Out Readathon and my reading. This is a bit spontaneous, so I don't know how long the vlogs will be and how regularly they will be uploaded, or whether I'll do one for the whole month or like one every week or every 10 days. I don't know. We will work it out. But I thought I would try and do a bit of vlogging. Obviously, this will be a bit different from my usual like Jane Austen July and Victober vlogs because everyone's in lockdown, not going outside. Won't be able to show you any pretty bits of London. However, actually a lot of people have been putting up reading vlogs lately, and I have been really enjoying watching reading vlogs and finding them quite relaxing. So I thought it would be nice to add into that mix as well. Looking at myself on camera, I feel like I look really ill. I don't know if I do look really ill. I have been quite ill. Well, I've been a bit ill over the last like 10 days. I don't know whether I've had coronavirus or the flu or what, but I've had something that was not very nice. So I wasn't working last week. I was off sick. I am back to working from home this week, but I am still quite tired and drained. So I don't know how much reading I will get done in the first few days of the readathon. I'm also on annual leave next week and the week after, so I will be doing a lot of reading, and that's what I'm planning on, like tackling most of the books on my TBR for TBR Clear Out Readathon and really getting my physical TBR down, which would be nice. So anyway, I'm due to start work in about an hour, so I thought until then I would try and read some of bedtime stories. I know it seems silly to read bedtime stories in the morning. I did start reading bedtime stories yesterday because, you know, it's my readathon. I can cheat if I want to. And I've already read like 100 pages of stories a bit before, years ago. So yes, what I had forgotten about it is that though it's called bedtime stories, they're all like scary stories or like slightly creepy stories, so they're not actually very suitable for bedtime, and I don't know why they're called that, which is why I thought I would read them in the morning instead. So I'm going to try and read like a story a day until I finish that, and then I'm also going to hopefully start today or tomorrow Death and Mr. Pickwick. This is the longest book on my TBR, so it's like 800 pages, and the text is very small. Like, I think it is kind of Dickens length, so I think that's one that I'm going to need to like read over quite a long space of time and read a bit of every day rather than read in one go. So those two books I'm planning on starting today and then reading a bit of every day until I finish them, and then I will like pick up other books and read them during the course of a day, hopefully, when I'm no longer working. I'm gonna go do some reading now, so yeah. Good morning, it is Thursday morning and I'm going to do a little bit of writing and a little bit of reading before I start my day of work. Hello, it is Thursday evening. I have finished work for the day and now I think I'm going to dip into Death and Mr. Pickwick before doing some cooking. Hello, it is Friday evening and I have just finished work, so I am now off officially on annual leave for 2 weeks. So today is also Cosy Reading Night, hosted by Lauren from over at Lauren and the Books. I'll link her channel down below. I'm a bit early for Cosy Reading Night. I think I'm an hour early, but I thought I would start anyway and get some reading done. So yeah, I think I'm going to read the next story in Bedtime Stories because that is a story by H.G. Wells, who I really like. So I'm hoping it'll be a more successful story than most of the stories have been in this so far. And then I will pick up and read some more of Death and Mr. Pickwick, which I'm very much enjoying so far. I've only read about 30 pages, but they were very good 30 pages, so I'm excited to read on in this. So hopefully I'll make some progress with both of these two tonight, and then tomorrow I might start something new. So it's Saturday morning and I think I'm going to start reading Wolf Brother today. I don't know how far I'm going to get through it. It's not very long, it's only about 200 pages and it's middle grade, so I don't think it should take me very long. But yeah, so hopefully I'll finish that today or tomorrow, but we'll see how it go. I'd also like to have a bit of a booktube day today and get some filming done, and also reply to some comments because I have not done that for about 2 weeks. So there we go. But anyway, on to the reading. So I've just finished filming. I filmed 4 videos in one go, so that was quite nice. And I'm gonna read a little bit more of Wolf Brother. I'm now halfway through and I'm really enjoying it. It's set in prehistoric times and follows a young boy and what happens after his father dies. And instead of hunting with his father, he kind of befriends a wolf and they hunt together. But they also get caught up in other drama as well. So it's really good so far and I'm really enjoying it. And I'm whizzing through it. So I might finish it today or else tomorrow morning. But I also think this afternoon I'm going to do a bit of booktube stuff, booktube admin, and reply to some booktube comments while watching some booktube in the background, which is what I usually do when I reply to comments. So I will get on to that once I've read a little bit more of Wolf Brother. Good morning, it is Sunday the 5th of April. So I have been doing some reading this morning and I finished off Wolf Brother by Michelle Paver, which I really enjoyed. This was great fun and really dramatic and compelling all the way through. Really enjoyed it. And then I also finished off reading Bedtime Stories, this anthology of short stories, which I did not love very much at all. I think out of all the stories in here, there were 3 that I enjoyed, which were The Country of the Blind by H.G. Wells. I always like H.G. Wells. The Curious Case of Benjamin Button by F. Scott Fitzgerald. And then The Tiger's Bride by Angela Carter, which I had read before. And every other story in this just fell really flat for me. So, yeah. I don't think this was really for me. But yes, for the rest of the day, I think I'm going to be carrying on with Death and Mr. Pickwick, which I'm really enjoying so far. And then I think for my next book, I'm probably going to pick up Lucia in London by E.F. Benson, which I'm sure will be really good fun. I read the first book in this series last month and really enjoyed it, so I'm excited to get to this one. And it's very short as well, so I don't think it will take me very long. So yes, I will check in again later. So I'm now about a third of the way through Lucia in London and really loving it so far. This is just great fun, very entertaining, very fun 1920s social comedy full of very hilarious characters. So I'm really loving this. I'm looking forward to getting to more of it later today. But before that, I'm going to do a bit of video editing. So it is Monday afternoon and I've just finished reading Lucia in London, which I thoroughly enjoyed. It was just very good fun, very silly and very comic and very enjoyable. I'm really looking forward to reading more by E.F. Benson in the future. Then I've also read some more of Death and Mr. Pickwick, which I'm really enjoying. I'm trying to read a little bit of this every day for the whole month is my plan, or at least until I finish it, maybe, and won't quite reach the whole month, but we'll see. I'm really enjoying it so far. We're currently in early 19th century Britain, following a man who I know is a fictional version of the illustrator of the Pickwick Papers. So I'm curious to see how this connects with Dickens. Dickens hasn't turned up as a character yet, but I feel like he will. But I'm very much enjoying following Robert Seymour at the moment. So yeah, very much enjoying this, and I will carry on and do a bit more reading. it is Tuesday morning, the 7th of April. I've just been doing some writing this morning, working on my novel, and now I think I'm going to do some reading. So I'm going to be carrying on with Death and Mr. Pickwick, which I am absolutely loving so far. And then the next two books I think I'm going to pick up are Frog Music by Emma Donoghue and Number 11 by Jonathan Coe. This one shouldn't take me too long, I think. The text is quite big and it's not too long, and I love Jonathan Coe, so I'm very excited for this. Frog Music is a bit longer. This I don't think was on my TBR originally, but I'm going to be buddy reading it with Marissa from Blatantly Bookish. We'd always planned to buddy read it, but I don't think it was on my TBR because I wasn't sure when we were going to do that. But this has been on my TBR for more than a year, so it's good to fit into the readathon as well. I love Emma Donoghue a lot. The Wonder was my favourite book of last year, so I'm very, very excited to read something more by her, and I think this is going to be amazing. I also realised I haven't mentioned what audiobooks I'm listening to at the moment either. So these aren't for the TBR Clear Out Readathon, obviously, because they're not my physical books, but I'm rereading Our Mutual Friend by Charles Dickens, currently listening to an audiobook. This is my favourite novel ever. It's really nice to listen to it on audiobook. And then Nick and I are also listening together to The Mystery of the Blue Train by Agatha Christie, which is a Hercule Poirot novel. Nick and I are currently working our way through all of Poirot on audiobook and really enjoying them. But anyway, now I will get on to some reading. So I've just finished reading Number 11 by Jonathan Coe, and it was amazing. This was fantastic. I love Jonathan Coe so much. I can't believe I've let it go 5 years between reading the last 3 books I read by him and reading this. But this was fantastic and really reminds me how much I love him as an author. Definitely need to read more of him in the future. Yeah, this was fantastic. It was really, really fun and entertaining, but also quite dramatic and scathing as well. I love how Jonathan Coe writes about people, but through writing about real characters and character relationships also addresses state of the nation, condition of England issues in a wonderful way. It's interesting because this book is I don't think it's as perfect a novel as What a Carve Up or The Rain Before It Falls, but there's something about it which really just hits hard and fantastically and makes it wonderful anyway, and I just love his writing style so much. And also I hadn't realised this is sort of a sequel to What a Carve Up, so quite a few characters from What a Carve Up are mentioned or turn up in here, which I wasn't expecting, which was really, really fun, and yeah, just really made me want to reread What a Carve Up because that book is amazing. Yeah, this was very good. I cannot believe this has been on my shelves for this long. It is Thursday evening. I haven't actually done that much reading today. I think this has been probably the day I've read the least since my annual leave began. But I did get through a bit more of Death and Mr. Pickwick, which I'm absolutely loving. Tomorrow I think I'm going to pick up something new alongside Death and Mr. Pickwick and Frog Music, and I think I might pick up Lost Boy next, which is a Peter Pan retelling. So that should be quite interesting. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. So we'll see how that goes, and I will check in again tomorrow. So it's Friday and I've just finished reading Lost Boy by Christina Henry. This was a very quick read. I read it in less than 24 hours, which was nice. It was definitely compelling and engaging, but I don't quite know how I feel about it. So this is a Peter Pan retelling, sort of set to years and years before the Peter Pan story, following the Lost Boys before that point. And it's sort of a Captain Hook origin story in some ways, and sort of a weird mix of Peter Pan and Lord of the Flies. There were a lot of things that I really liked about this, and the characterization was really good and the writing really good, but I kept on expecting there to be a twist that never came, and therefore I felt like the second half was really predictable. So I really enjoyed the first half, but it didn't quite follow through. But I did still enjoy it. I'm glad I've read it. But I feel like this was not quite a story read. And as I was perhaps expecting it to be when I was reading the first half of it. But anyway, I think I'm gonna sign off this vlog now, as it is Friday afternoon. It's the 10th of April, and I thought 10 days is a good amount of time for a vlog. So I'm pretty pleased with my first 10 days of the TBR Clear Out Readathon. I have read 5 books, which are these 5 here. Most of them are good reads. I feel like Bedtime Stories was not so great, and Lost Boy was a little bit disappointing in the second half, but I really enjoyed them. And the other 3 I loved. And then I'm also about a third of the way through Death and Mr. Pickwick, which I'm really, really loving. I think it's going to take me a while, but it is fantastic. And then I'm also a little bit into Frog Music, which I'm really enjoying as well. So I think I'm going to carry on with those 2 for the rest of today, and then tomorrow probably start something new, but that will be in my next vlog. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed my first vlog for the TBR Clear Out Readathon. I will do another one over the next 10 days, and another one over the last 10 days of the month, and let you know how I'm going. I feel like I'm doing alright so far. So like 5 and a third books is not too shabby, so hopefully I don't think I'm going to hit my target of reading 20 books this month, especially as I have started with some of the short ones, but hopefully I will get to sort of 15, 16 books knocked off my TBR, which would be nice. So yeah, that's all for now, and yeah, I'll be back very soon with another bookish video.